Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to the non-HD podcast. Because Hayden's forgot to put his camera in HD. Look at his face. Look, he's just realised. It's because he's come on late, right? I don't remember. It doesn't matter because this is audio based. I know we about 10 million people watch this weekly on the YouTube channel, but as he's now doing it, look at him. I knew that stressed him out. Anyway, this is an episode that could go any way that we choose. We're kind of filming this before we do we've got a guest coming on. So I said to Hayden, let's just jump on and we sort of bag it, really, is probably the best way. We batch them, don't we, bruv?
We do.
Yeah, it's the best way. Anybody who does this sort of stuff, you'll understand.
Although this one makes me I'm a little bit uneasy, a bit nervous because
you've seen the title, haven't you?
I've seen the title, and I feel like this is like your day out of school where you can have loads of fun, and I've got to be the teacher.
Well, it's part of our uncensored sort of podcasts that we've.
That's why I'm worried.
That we've sort of fallen into by accident, and what the uncensored podcasts are, they're sort of. There is a prerequisite for us to talk shit about people. And if we want to, we can say anything we want because it's uncensored. You all know, listening to this and watching this, that all these opinions are meaningless. Okay, so we need actually like a ticker tape going along the bottom with like a warning saying all opinions here
are purely Chris Ford's.
Yeah. And we don't mean any of them, and we've offended you. We apologize because that's what's going to happen. I can tell you now. But yeah, uncensored is literally uncensored. We don't. We kind of learned really after doing this for how many years have we been doing this for? Donkey's years now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That there's certain things that we can say and there's certain things we can't say. I'm the worst for it. Wilco's usually telling me off, an admin, for example, is even worse. But we just thought, you know what? Let's just go for it. We're going to do an episode and we don't really care. So this episode is called Running Red Flags, the things that give us the ick. The ick. I don't really like the word. The word ick gives me the ick. I don't know about you, bruv.
Yeah, it just reminds me of bloody Love Island. That's
what
it does for me.
There you go, right? But I tell you why I came about this. So I don't listen to many podcasts and that sort of stuff. But there's two podcasts that I do listen to during, and this you may love, but during the Formula One season, and one of them is called the Red Flags Podcast, right? And it's got these two American guys on there, and they basically just curse and just talk like totally non-corporate about Formula One, and I quite enjoy it. And part of that they do is they talk about red flags from the weekend, and it's called the Red Flag Podcast, and that's what made me think about it, because I think at the moment, like, running's really, like, we've done millions of stuff on this, but running's really like out there at the moment. Everyone's doing it. Brands are getting involved. Retailers, everyone's just jumping on the bandwagon. Okay. But at the same time, and we touched on this on a previous podcast, there's like an undercurrent of like a sort of boiling hatred towards certain things now. And I think that's a lot of it's because a lot of this is getting thrown down our throats. Like I can't remember what video it was, Hayden, but like people were just like, again, going straight in on the running influencers, like proper 2-footed on them. And like, you know what I mean? And listen, I don't disagree with everyone's, like, we're going to do on this. Everyone's welcome to their own opinions. Okay. So, yeah, this is why we kind of, I thought we would do this. Now, how this is going to work. Are you ready for this, Hayden? I've got two lists that we're going to go through, and we're going to get Hayden's thoughts on them. One is just general sort of running red flags. And then the other one is run club red flags, because obviously the boom in run clubs. Now, again, 40 running clubs been around since 2018. Yeah, we were there before COVID. We'll be long after that. We're a little bit different to your new up and coming 20 to 29 year olds. Let's go out and run around London sort of jobbies, which, again, no problem with that. I think it's great. But there's some stuff in here that's going to be, I can't wait to get your opinion. So we're just going to go through this. Now, I want you to effectively play along at home. All right. I want you to play along at home. And that maybe you're listening to this as you're running along. I want you to think of what you think about the stuff that we're going to be talking about. So as we go through it, I want you to think about the same thing, because some of these will make your blood boil. Some will just make you laugh. Should we just dive straight in?
This is going to be anyway. Let's rip the plaster off. Let's get it done.
So running red flags, general for people. So people making running their entire personality. I think we're a bit guilty of that, bruv. I've just put that out there front end.
Definitely been accused of it. If it's not the truth, I've definitely been accused of it a few times. Absolutely. It takes over. What can you do about it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should count how many red flags that we're giving out. Like, it's true, right? Because the first one, making running your entire personality. Are you someone guilty of that, or do you know someone who's like that? Like, literally, it's their whole life. I definitely feel like I'm not as bad as I used to be.
I think I've got a little bit of self-created problem with this with me. So when I first started getting into running, you start talking about it a lot, and then Louisa, my wife, runs as well, so we talk about running a lot. And now then we started going out with our friends who are not into running, and it sort of calmed down a bit. But the odd thing come up. Now a lot of our friends have got into running as well. So when we go out, we're knackered. Everyone's just talking about running. So it dominates you. It really does.
It was true. I was where I work today. There was a geezer in a 2025 London Marathon jacket. I couldn't help but talk to him. And you're like, it's in the most random places. You get it. So, okay, I don't know whether that's a red flag, bruv. I'll be honest. I think that's a bit strong for it. I think that's just...
It's a statement.
You're passionate about it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't do this. Red flag number 2, posting every single run on Strava with a motivational essay. Now, here's a question. Do you write anything on Strava?
Every run. Always do.
Oh, shut up.
I do. I don't do them.
Honestly. I'm going in. I
don't do it. I don't do an essay.
What that for?
Because I don't see the point. If someone's going to follow you on Strava, they want to follow, see what you're doing. You don't want to go on there and see afternoon run, morning run, afternoon run, morning. You want to see, like, wonder what Hayden was doing. They're doing a 10K. Oh, that bit looks a bit fast. Why is that? Because that bit was at marathon pace, or that bit was. I've got to tell people what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. Red flag, no.
Right, here we go.
You're not putting up much Strava, are you?
Yeah, I am. Follow him, Hayward Harbour. Right, seaside long run with a park run.
There you go.
Once upon a time. No, he says, lovely run along the coast this morning in Brighton with a park run sandwich. Really enjoyed that. To be fair, that ain't too bad. I was thinking we're going to get more chapter and verse from you.
No, I saved that for Insta.
Oh, Jesus. That's probably on this list. Okay, right. Running red flag. I think it is. I mean, this is from the guy who doesn't follow anyone on Strava. So, yeah, okay.
So what do you use? So if you're not following anyone on Strava, what do you use Strava for yourself?
Nothing. It's a total waste of money. It's a total waste of time. I think it's dangerous. I think it makes people compare themselves to other people. I think it's one of the most toxic things in running. And I think people would do well to stay away from it for a period of time if you're really into it, because I think it becomes such a cesspit of doom scrolling where you're comparing what everybody... I had a geezer today on a video of mine going in on me about the half marathon me and you did at the weekend, basing on what I've done on Strava, on the shoe review that I've done, like saying, oh, don't be so hard on yourself for fading in the second half and all this. I was like, are you absolutely for real? Are you mental? Like, don't be so judgmental on just because something's on Strava. You've got no idea what I'm doing that day. And
if he knew that you was only there, you were dragging me along the second half.
I was dragging. So what I should have done, according to this, I should have wrote Strava, dragging Hayden's ass around Hackney.
Yeah,
but my point is, people are going into that and looking for stuff that actually can cause angst and negative circle of doom around people. It's lucky that I don't give a shit about anything in terms of that sort of stuff. But imagine if that was somebody else. That, you know what I mean? And that's where I think Strava, their community guidelines are probably a total waste of time. I think, honestly, everybody would do great to get off of Strava for a few weeks. Just put it out there.
But if you've got Strava, that's up to you who you follow. That's up to
you.
You follow you. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm like you. Mine's
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
But listen, you get out of it whatever you want. You can say the same about Instagram, you say the same about social media. But I do feel is one of the worst places in terms of that stuff, because you're going to be you're there to, a lot of people they really do compare themselves and looking at that sort of stuff, and that's dangerous. That's a slippery slope to go down. You do you, stick with what you're doing. Yeah, be inspired by other people, all that kind of stuff. That's great, right? I put my Strava is there purely to show that I'm running mileage and people can see that guy. Well, I hope people can see and go, that guy is running 40, 50 miles a week and he's reviewing shoes. So he's actually running in the shoes. There's other people out there who I'm not going to name in this podcast. Maybe that's another sense one, who are reviewing shoes and they're not even running. Do you know what I mean? And so that's there as a bit of an authentic tick to say, look, guys, this is what I'm doing. You can see the sessions I'm doing, that sort of stuff, but it's purely only on that. I get nothing out of Strava. I think it's a total waste of money, and I think the whole thing is toxic. You had it. There you go. Next one. You asked for it.
I like Strava, by the way. I use Strava.
Right. Calling 5K. I don't like this. Calling 5K light work. I'm not sure if I know anybody who does that.
No, because it bloody well ain't, especially if you're going for it. It's harder than a bloody marathon at times if you get
I've just seen the next one on this list. I'm going to skip straight to it.
Go to it.
General running red flag. Someone who's got a running podcast. That's me and you, bruv.
There you go. Red flagged.
It's
been sent off 4 times in the first 5 minutes of this podcast.
There is a lot of them around now. We're just as guilty as anybody. But yeah, having a running podcast is like every man and his dog's doing it now.
But again, it goes back to that first red flag you said. This is a platform for you to talk about your running. Maybe it's a good thing because it might stop me after this going and sitting down and talking to one of the kids about running. It might stop me because I'm sick of it. I've been talking all night. Do you know what I mean? So maybe it's a good thing rather than a red flag. But yeah, there's a lot of running podcasts out there. Hell of a lot.
Yeah, anyone who's got a running podcast is that a red flag? Don't know. I said we're looking at this both ways, people. This is not a closed shop here. We're giving ourselves as much of a hard time. Flexing zone 2 constantly. I don't think that's necessarily a red flag. Would you say?
It's something I do, not constantly, but it's something. Again, this one relates for me to Strava. If I'm going to do a heart rate run or a zone 2 run,
Strava.
I put it on there.
KISSING.
I put it on there so I can go back and compare it and think to myself, that last marathon training block, how many heart rate zone runs did I do? I just want to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you can get Alpha Garmin and you don't get necessarily the toxic environment that's created within it.
Garmin's not as straightforward as Strava. Garmin ain't as straightforward. Garmin should be a red flag. Garmin ain't as straightforward as Strava. Strava's much more easier to have
in fairness, again, both sides of the argument. Strava, in terms of that sort of stuff, is very good. Actually, the user interface is good, and that kind of thing. Yeah, I would agree with you there. Actually, again, flip it round on that side of things. No, fair play to them. You know, they've designed something that's really user friendly and that kind of thing. So yeah, flexing zone 2 constantly. I'm not really aware of anybody who does that. If I'm honest.
No, well, if you're into running, you don't really want to run zone 2 all the time, do you? You fall asleep.
It's good for you. It is good for you,
but too much of it.
All right, flipping it around, talking about VO2 max in a normal conversation. Yeah, look at his face. If you're on the pod, it's just massive sigh.
Yeah,
you do get people, don't you?
Of course you do, but it's just going to fall straight into the category, and there's got to be a red flag about people talking about their times all the time, like how fast I can run it, and that just fits in nicely with the VO2 max for me. It's one of them things. To be honest, I'd probably guilty of it when I first got into running. You start seeing you building up, and you get the VO2 max goes up, and you want to tell everyone. Then after a while, it's a bit boring. Isn't it? What does it really?
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? It's like how you accurately measuring that. You're getting it off your Garmin. Well, I'm going to use my heart rate off my watch. Well, that's totally inaccurate. So, how accurate is your VO2 max? You know, if you've done the proper tests and all that sort of stuff. I think if you've gone to the length to go in the lab to get the equipment and do that side of thing, fair play to you. Talk about it, sing about it. But yeah, it's irrelevant. I think in a lot of ways, because how accurate is it? As with anything in running, I think every bit of data is good if you mix it all up and use it at different data points, but don't hang on to it.
And as you said, don't compare. As you get to my time of life, as you get a bit older, VO2 max naturally drops. Your blood can't be pumped around your body that quick. So it's one of them things.
Yeah, so don't. Again, that's probably a better way, actually, saying it, Hayden, is don't use your VO2 max again to compare yourself against other people. Acting morally superior because you woke up at 5 a.m. and went for a run. The early morning crew. I'll be honest, I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's a hero move.
If I could do it, I would. I'll be honest.
Yeah. If I could do a Mark Wahlberg, I'd be 100% up, smashing out whatever I could in the morning, and then maybe going again. Yeah, no, I think that's that's not necessarily a red flag. I think this is brilliant. This one. Are you ready for this? This is me.
It's going to be controversial. You, is it?
Yeah, filming strangers at races for content. Honestly, when you stop and think about it, yeah,
I know.
it is a bit nuts. Obviously, it's funny, you know, Gemma Pedler made that comment in the podcast you recorded with her. Like she was back in again 2018 or whatever it was. You know, it's just and even James at ATW, you know, was the first person they saw with a GoPro filming races and events and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm guilty of this, but what I would say is, and I'm not trying to defend myself, I think I've learned it and I've tailored it a little bit more. So it's more about self-centered, isn't it? Go back to point one, but it's more about what I'm doing there. Does that make any sense? So, like,
Yeah.
You and I were running Hackney, and actually, I was filming me and you running Hackney because it was part of the series that I'm filming. Don't forget, I have been going to races to film it for the race or for the agency and stuff like that. So there's a bit of a caveat to that. So sometimes, just if you didn't know, that we go along to these things to film it to create content for, let's say, a media agency or something like that based around it. So just put that to one side, because that's I would say is different, because that's effectively paid work, right? But yeah, I don't know. Filming strangers at race content, I would say that's a red flag. Because
do you know any other? Can you think of any other sports where you get people that take the cameras along and they film themselves?
I think you're getting more of it. Like, I'll go to the gym and there's people there filming themselves.
Oh yeah.
You get people doing it at tennis. I've seen tennis, obviously fishing. I know sport, not a sport. No. But what I'm saying
to watch that.
No. But it's great. It's the greatest thing ever. But the point is that you are getting that side of things in terms of content creation, because people are, you know, trying to get on in life and do it, and they enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I think you're seeing a bit more of that now. I think it's becoming a bit more normal. Like, how many people you see running along with their phones filming and stuff like that?
Massive.
It was like those two idiots. I'm not going to name them, but they are celebrities who went off at London landmarks. They went off in the what's the best way to describe it? Like the wheelchair races, the neurodivergent. They started in that pen, and they went off with those runners because they weren't. I don't think they were listening, and they went off filming with their cameras and stuff at an event I was doing. Yeah, it's just Anyway, moving on. Red flag. Refusing to slow down for beginner runners. I think this is something. Park runs probably a bit of a red flag, where you see people coming through. Oh, he's looking angry.
No, I just like a bit more content
Courtesy.
on that. And a bit courtesy, but he's saying not slowing down for other runners, so not overtaking them.
It says it's something refusing to slow down for beginner runners, and it's got park run in brackets. I think it is a bit of a red flag, because I can understand it, but on the same time, you know, if you're, I suppose, if it's managed correctly, it's okay. Like everyone say to the left, if you're coming through, that sort of thing. I don't know.
Race etiquette.
Yeah, race etiquette. I think a better way to phrase that would be not respecting race etiquette. Red flag.
Yeah, that is definitely
that's probably a better
hugely.
way.
Yeah.
We need a red flag. Like we was in. Have you ever seen Les Miserables?
I haven't. No.
They get a big red flag and they wave it through halfway through. They do it through the big numbers. This big, massive red flag. Right? Anybody who's seen Les Mis, you'll be 100%. Nick, who's listening, will know exactly what I'm talking about. Not my Nick, Nick who I run with. Anyway, they have a big red flag. We need one of this for this next one. Accidentally mentioning marathon times every conversation.
There's nothing accidental about that, is there?
There's nothing accidental about it. You are 100% dropping that in. Isn't it? Yeah. It's true, though.
But then it's difficult.
Is that red?
No, I suppose the first thing you're thinking about a red flag is you're talking about someone who's running a 2:30 marathon, a 2:45 marathon. You might have someone that's really proud to just run a 6.5 hour marathon, and they're dropping that into conversation. So from that perspective, it isn't really a red flag. But if you're getting that same person every time he goes out of his mates or anything, he just happens to say, well, I run 2:40 at London, and then I'll run 2:33 here. If they start talking like that, then yeah, that's definitely a red flag. But no one wants to do all that.
I like this one. Turning every social event into a training optimization.
It doesn't happen, surely. What does that happen?
This is, I think this could be expanded on. Saying you should try electrolytes unprompted, but I think that should be just given advice in general, unprompted.
I don't think I've ever said to anyone who's a non-runner anyway, you should try electrolytes.
This is quite good. Judging people's shoes immediately.
That's
Have you
you.
know?
That's
Yeah,
you.
that's me. That's 100% a red flag. Like, I make you laugh. Like, people run past me in London, and I mean, it could be the most gorgeous girl, gorgeous man, whatever you're into. Tell me, are you looking at the person? Well, no, I'm looking at their shoes. I mean, I'm being serious, yeah. I mean, you could have someone giving out money, and I'd be looking at their shoes. It's just a real obsession. But do I judge people's shoes, mate? I tell you what, I do judge is like when I see the bad pronation.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably when I get judgmental. So that would be a red flag, maybe for some.
Yeah,
Because
I suppose I judge if I'm at the start line, I'm in a pen, and I look down, I see someone in a really, really fast shoe. I suppose in the back of my mind, naturally, I think to myself, they're going to be fast. There's nothing bad about that. That's just my out. That's what I'm looking at. I'm just thinking they're going to be fast. Are they? God knows. You never know nowadays.
Don't know, but is that a red flag? You let us know. Oh, Spencer Matthews. Ready? Running shirtless in questionable weather for attention. There was so many people at the Hackney Half Marathon without a top on. It was, it wasn't excessively warm, and there was a certain age of certain gentlemen doing it. Did you notice it?
I saw quite a few out there, yeah. But I'm in the camp. I've always been in the camp. Yeah, well, if you got it, flaunt it. Who cares? You have to work bloody hard to get a good body and look good. If you want to take your top off and show that off, fair play to you. Crack on.
We're not trying to judge, by the way, here, but I'm just saying to you, there's a time and place. The reason
out of every race I could ever think of, Hackney's probably the one where you're going to see the most shirtless people as well.
It was just the fact that the guy who was on the commentary even mentioned it. He says this is the most people I've seen without shirts on at a running event. Honestly, it's that age, isn't it? I mean, is that a red? But is that red? I'd say that's a red flag. I'd say that's a red flag because I mean, I ain't got a problem. Like, I'm somebody like I won't wear a top if I'm like running along on my own and it's boiling hot. Yeah, nobody wants to see that, but I will do it mainly because I'm. This is just straight up. I get like a rash off of any. Doesn't matter what material I'm running in. I always tend to get a rash on basically my chest. Yeah, a lot of that's allergies and stuff like that. So if I can, if I'm in a place where I'm probably not going to see anyone, I will do it on a training run. I mean, I'm talking when it's really hot because I get like a massive skin flare up. I have to take like a antihistamine and put loads of like basically like cream on it and stuff. It's not very nice at all. But that's the only time I do it, right? And so I'm going to give myself a medical pass for it. I'm not doing it because I think I look good. In fact, it's the total contrary. Red flag, don't know. Yeah, it's definitely running shirtless, questionable weather, 100% red flag. Making everyone wait while they pause and unpause their watch. So are you somebody who pauses your watch or not? Oh, okay. Here's a question. This is real time. I've just seen the time, by the way. This could be a 3-hour podcast. We haven't. We've got a guest coming on in 25 minutes. You know this because I was running. I went to the loo at the race.
Rubber.
Yeah. I went. I was busting for a wee. Yeah, and I went. Would you pause your watch to do that?
Yeah, I'm quite bad with that.
It's something like
yeah, I think I would.
Would you? I didn't.
No.
Because it doesn't make any difference because it's the chip time, isn't it?
But it depends on why you're timing the race. Like for you, that race meant absolutely nothing. It wasn't a race for you. You just wanted to go out there. No, it didn't. As you said.
No, it did. I wanted to run with you. I wanted to have a good time with you.
Yeah, I meant in terms of performance. You wasn't looking for anything at all.
No.
For me, if I want to benchmark a performance against something and I really need to go to the toilet and I'm really on fire, the reason I'd stop it, go to the toilet and come back out is because I can see what my time would have been if I went to the toilet, if that makes sense.
I'll be honest, if I was benchmarking a performance, I'd be really pissed with myself the fact that I need to go to the toilet. Listen, these things happen, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd be really annoyed about it. But no, I wouldn't stop my watch. I'd still let it roll.
I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't make people wait while I stop my watch, which is what the red flag is about. No chance.
Yeah, why you? It's like, is it a red flag waiting to get GPS before you start your run?
No, it's natural. You got no point in starting a run if you've got no GPS, is there? That's just wait.
Right.
Put up with it.
Okay.
I've got a lot of red flags. I've noticed. Yeah,
I'm going to do one more. Then we're going to move on to run clubs. I think this is double reds. This is a double red flag. So in this, basically, like bragging about the fact that you ran a race and you were slightly injured. That really gives me that. They say about giving the ick. That sends me nuclear. That does. Like when I hear, oh yeah, I just ran like 112 by shin splints, or all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, I could. I wasn't looking, but I had like a bit of a thigh strain, and you just think to yourself, what? Do you know what I mean? Or you see those other idiots on like those, they got called out for it, didn't they? Those influencers who had like fractured stuff and they were still running and all this sort of business. It's just stupidity. I think it's a double.
And it's dangerous. As you say, if you're talking about someone who's got any sort of influence, whether that's 500 followers or 50,000 followers, it's not good. It's not a good thing to sort of put out there, is it? To tell people, do you know what? If you're injured that way, look what I've done. That's not.
Nah, it's just stupidity. But that's a massive red flag.
Yeah, agreed.
Double red flag. Right. So let's move on to Run Club. Now this could get spicy. Okay. First one. Joining Run Clubs purely to date people.
Tell you what, why is that a red flag? What's the difference of joining a Run Club to date someone or going out to the pub to go and date someone?
But yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, I mean,
social event.
I don't necessarily think that's a red flag because people are busy, and if that's your pastime and that's what you're doing, you're getting out of the house, it's well-being, you're doing something, you know what I mean?
If you're going just to prey on people, that's getting a bit borderline.
I mean, that's slightly alarming. Yeah, I was going to say slightly alarming, but I don't think that's a red flag at all. Okay. Oh no, I read this wrong. I don't know if I should mention this or not. Oh, fuck, it sounds censored. Right. There have been, because I don't want to get in trouble, there have been people who have been allegedly filming stuff and not actually doing the runs, but like just filming themselves. Oh, I've just run, I don't know, 20 miles, but actually just clipping the 3 miles or whatever it is, and actually not doing not doing the run, but just to put it out on social media. I know, just to create content.
Yeah, that's more than a red flag.
And again, I'm not calling anyone out.
that needs to be not red flag. That needs to be a chop on the head or something.
That shows you how toxic that sort of running space. I know, but because again, it's like I've got to put a reel out today. I've got to do this today. I've got, you know what I mean? So people get lost up in it. I mean, just anyway, that's not what I was doing. Okay. Ignoring the pace group that you're in, because a lot of run clubs, they go out in different paces and stuff like that, and you basically totally ignore that, and then you'll go off and do your own thing. Things like that's a red flag.
That's just ignorant. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing that's running through here, isn't there? I don't remember it's that a lot of people are just turning into ignorance. Showing up when the photographers are there, I think that's nonsense. This is quite a good one. Creating like clicks at run clubs. I think that can become intimidating. Actually, I think that is a red flag for certain run clubs.
If you're doing it intentionally, absolutely.
Yeah, they come a bit clicky, don't they? I've heard that. Like at certain places where people have joined, like some of our clubs across the country, and they've gone, well, I just didn't like it there. It was just too clicky. You get that a lot. Don't get me wrong, you get that probably at every sort of, club and social thing, right? But yeah, I can get that. And then it becomes intimidating as well, because it's all about pace, how fast you run and all this sort of stuff, in it. So yeah, I'd say that's probably a red flag. Asking for someone's Instagram at club before asking their name. That's quite good.
It's the way of the world nowadays, isn't it?
It's the new world.
It's a different world.
It's a different world now. Yeah, I think that's
like, to be fair, just before I come on, actually, I might should kill me for saying it. Someone said to me, "Oh yeah, we're friends on Instagram," and I said, "No, you don't become friends on Instagram. Friends on Facebook, maybe." I said, "Instagram, you follow each other, you follow people. You don't become friends on Instagram."
No,
I just think it's a.
Hang on. I think it can develop into friends.
Yeah.
But not friends on Facebook, but on Instagram. But you can develop that. Can develop. Into
I agree. Develop friendship. I've made loads of friends from Instagram, but I mean that initial.
Friends on
Facebook. That's a red flag. Terminology. Yeah,
that's a red flag. The guy, there's a guy who leads the warm up and thinks he's a coach. There's so many of this going on. I tell you, that's the other thing. I've seen it. I'm lucky enough to get invited a lot to these activations and stuff like that. And you see these guys, they go, yeah, you go and lead the warm up. There was one lady, really famous lady, who, and I'm not going to name her, Hayden, but I went to a branded event with it's a shakeout run, and they put her on it. She literally didn't have a clue. Although she tells everyone she's a coach, she literally didn't have a clue what she was doing. It's frightening. So yeah, massive red flags. Listen, don't get me wrong, because I'm going to flip it round. People are there. It's a lot of run clubs helping out, trying to learn, trying to better themselves. Sometimes they're given the warm up as practice to lead on to stuff. Yep. So that's a good thing. But I think it's those one or two people who are taking it a little bit too far. That's probably it. But that's like anything in it. But yeah, that does make me laugh with the activation. Oh yeah, we've got so and so leading the warm up, and you're like, yeah, they haven't got a clue. But yeah, well done. Okay. This is interesting because this is something that happens at our club a little bit. Wearing race medals to run club meetups. I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's a celebration.
That's exactly the word I was going to use. Bang on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going against that. Yeah, I'm.
It's not like you're wearing it because you want to wear it on the run, and you're just going there to. We have Medal Monday.
I like him. I think they're good. They're good celebrations. Okay, turning social runs into tempo sessions.
I think there's a place for that. Sometimes some social runs, after a while, they want to increase their ability, and the way of doing that obviously is doing different sessions. So tempo, that's not the end of the world. It's not necessarily a red flag, unless the people don't want to do it. Then it's a red flag.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone's suddenly becoming a nutritionist, physio, doctor, life coach, psychologist, and all that sort of stuff on the run. I mean, a bit of a red flag in it. It's like you do tend to get that know-it-all. I'm probably one of them.
I think the thing is, because this whole running world that we're within, and because we become so consumed with it, we are listening to podcasts, we are reading stuff in Runners World Mag, we are watching stuff on Instagram, TikTok. So you absorb a lot of knowledge. I'm not saying you should be giving that knowledge out and thinking you're that specialist, but you know a lot. So it can't be helped sometimes, I suppose, if you start spouting it out yourself. But yeah, you've got to be careful.
Yeah, it's a bit of a red flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Loudly discussing your recent race times so people can hear. You're just trotting along on a nice social run. I just smashed out 2:15 at London. Oh, you?
Yeah, but if you can smash out 2:15, tell the world. Be proud. I don't know. It's not necessarily a red flag. It depends on the context of why you're doing it. If you're doing
you keep saying that about everything. It depends on the context. You've got to grow up here and nail it to the mast, son. Get off the fence. You've got your splinters on your bum.
No. I'm just saying. But just take 2:15. If I can run 2:15 marathon, I'm telling everyone on my runs about it. I wouldn't care. Yeah, maybe I'll get a red flag.
If I could run 3:15, I'd be telling everyone.
Exactly. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I get. It does come down to the person, doesn't it?
It depends who you're running with as well.
Because if you're that nutritionist physio guy who's led the warm up and then giving out your marathon time, you're going to get it. You are going to be that guy.
Especially if they don't even ask the people's names. You start asking their Instagram handle.
Yeah, you're going to be a bit of a red flag, aren't you? You should just run along with that Les Miserables flag and just say, yes, do you hear the people sing? Okay. Last one for this. We're basically a family here, and the guys have got together twice. I mean, it is. But out of that, you don't know. Do you know what I mean? You could become close. You could create a massive thing. I don't know.
Listen, the very first time I done that Surrey Satellite Club, there was 5 of us that turned up. And that was nearly 6 years ago. And then 5 people, 4 of them still turn up now today. And we're really close to them all. So, yeah, as you said, maybe after 2 sessions, using the terminology family might be a little bit strong. But
yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Last one. Last one. We'll finish on. Content creators within the group blocking the pavement for transition shots. But it's true. You do see that at some of these run clubs. Like if you go to one in London, right, I would say probably 70% of the people there are getting content, aren't they? Like filming themselves. I mean, it's just the way of the world now, isn't it? I mean, again, this is somebody who films themselves running. Yeah, again, I'm putting my. This is not pot kettle here, all right? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, listen, I remember I've been at Great North Run where we've got the groups and stand, make sure I quickly get into the middle of the road at the crossing safely, just so I can film people coming towards us.
I've done it as shakeout runs. I've done it as shakeout. But again, I'm doing it safely. I know where I can cross film, where it's safe to do that. I've got experience doing that, right? I'm not, again, but it's where you see, you do see it, especially in the London run clubs. I tell you, I wouldn't like to do Battersea park run because I think they'd get a lot of that there.
You don't, because you're so bloody fast. You know, people ain't got time for all that. I tell you, people are moving it around there. They're quick as hell there. But yeah, again, it's going back to that generational thing now. It's just common for everyone to do. And this is why running is so big as well. That's what's contributing to running being big, by everyone sharing what they're doing. Sharing.
You know what? You couldn't have said it any better, right? The reason that running is like where it is because of this. Yeah. So while we all give it a hard time and we blame the influencers and we slag this off and we say about that's a red flag and, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, and those people who get on your nerves at Run Club and all this sort of stuff, but ultimately, everyone's talking about running. Everyone's doing running. You're doing it because you're there. Content's being shared. It's on your feeds, all this sort of stuff. The brands are getting hold of it, and everybody's, doing it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah, that's a good thing. Not doing it is the biggest red flag in a way. You know what I mean? And I think that's, probably the best way to look at it is not, we can put up with all this sort of stuff. We can even put up with Strava and all this sort of stuff. Because ultimately, going out there running is good for you. However you take it, whatever little piece you take from it, whether it's the social run club, whether it's, you get on the Strava and, you're in a club on Strava and you're competing on a leaderboard or whatever, or you're going along to a local run club and all this sort of stuff. You're that guy who leads the warm-ups because you're annoying and they don't want you standing around talking to them. Whatever, yeah, however you get into it, get involved in it, it's a good thing. So, we've had some fun tonight talking about red flags and icks and all this sort of stuff that send us around the other way. But really, when you take a step back and you think level-headed about it, it's all good stuff, right, Hayden? It's all good stuff.
Mate, listen, running has been going on for centuries. There's been running clubs, big running clubs going on for 30, 40 years, but no one really knew much about them. It's only the last 7, 8 years when the socials have become such a big part of it, which brung out the influencer, which brung out all that side of things, the filming, the getting on people's nerves. It's only that's literally, I think, boomed this whole industry into a money-making, unbelievable cult type thing that it is.
Yeah, it's a machine. It is like a cult, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, again, this is all tongue in cheek. The most important thing is you're out there, you're socializing, you're doing running in your own way, and you're improving your health, your well-being, your mental health, everything through that. We love running. There's certain aspects that will get on our nerves, but it doesn't matter what it is, it's going to get on your nerves because we're all different, and that's the most important thing. So look, we hope you enjoyed Uncensored. If you work at Strava, remember it's hayden@gmail.com. Send an email in to complain to him about that. And anybody else who's been offended by this episode, again, these are not my views, these are Hayden's. So I'm not taking any responsibility.
All of them. And if you can run a sub-3 marathon, make sure you tell everyone about it when you're at
Tell everyone about it. And good luck leading that warm-up yourselves. We shall see you on the next episode of Uncensored. Well, maybe we might have been taken off of there, but who cares? Right, we shall see you later. Thanks very much, big boy. We'll see you soon. See you, bye.